Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Mile High Huddle SI. I am your host, Kim Becker, joined as always by Chad Jensen. Chad, the Broncos finally cinched their first win of the season on Thursday night against the Jets. But coming out of week 4, what do you think fans should make of this addition of a couple Super Bowl 50 heroes to the practice squad with the potential addition of Nigel Bradham?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, the Denver Broncos, first and foremost, let's face it, one of the positions in which they've been hit the hardest, in fact, arguably the hardest, is the defensive line, losing Draymond Jones and DeMarcus Walker a couple of weeks ago, which, granted, are both backup depth-type guys, and then losing, of course, their Pro Bowl anchor, Jarrell Casey, last week. So they suddenly found themselves very low on healthy, capable bodies, and so they went out and decided to make, or rekindle, I guess is a better word, some magic with at least one of these guys, a Super Bowl 50 hero, Sylvester Williams, who started at nose tackle for Denver in Super Bowl 50 and was the team's first round pick in 2013. And I guess you could technically say 2 Super Bowl heroes because Darius Kilgo is the other guy they signed to the practice squad. And he was also on the Super Bowl 50 roster, although he didn't see much playing time in the game. He did get a ring that year and contributed as a rookie 6th round pick. So the Broncos rekindling things on the practice squad, granted, with 2 veterans and 2 guys who contributed to Super Bowl 50 and 2 former draft picks of the teams, which is obviously very unique. And outside of a pandemic-influenced season, I don't think it's something you would ever see outside of, being re-signed to the active roster. These guys are getting signed to the practice squad. Now, the other one, as you mentioned, Nigel Bradham, this one's very interesting because the Denver Broncos, when they decided to bring in Mark Barron about 2 weeks into training camp to kind of be their coverage linebacker, they did not foresee the fact that he was going to end up with a really bad hamstring that basically cost him from about 2 practices in all the way up until now as we speak, and it's going to run into the future time. The Broncos are yet to really see him suit up. He's been on injured reserve for 3 weeks now, and so they have been lacking that kind of ace coverage linebacker, and arguably the guy they should have signed in the first place, they're bringing in for a visit now, and that's Nigel Bradham, who last team he played for was New Orleans, very short term this past August, spent most of his career with Philadelphia and Buffalo. And this is a guy that was a highly rated coverage linebacker last year, according to Pro Football Focus, and he brings 9 years of NFL experience. So you don't like that he's just kind of been chilling, right? Just been sitting there on the sidelines. You worry about potentially repeating history like with Mark Barron, who went from the couch to the practice field and promptly suffered a hamstring injury. But they're bolstering their linebacker depth, A, and B, they're bringing in a guy who, you don't have to try and sell it. This guy is a coverage upgrade for the linebacker corps.
I mean, the last thing this team needs is more injuries, so I definitely agree with you there. But it seems like there's just new, I don't want to use the word exciting, but interesting news coming out of this league every day. So we'll have to see what comes out of the next few days before week 5. But Chad, we'll see what happens. As always, thanks so much.
Thanks, Kim.